how many of you would like to be trusted advisors for your organization? Please raise your hand. Thank you. How many of you want your ideas to be heard by the organization and they appreciate you for the ideas you have shared? How many of you would like that? Yes? All right. Thank you so much for being part of this session. I know that it's around 4:45, fag end of the day, but you chose to be here today for this session and be visible here. I really appreciate your time, and I will do everything in my power to give you my best over the next 30 minutes. In the next 30 minutes, I will share with you what are some of the strategies you can adopt to become influential in the organization. Simple strategies. I will also share with you what are some of the strategies you can adopt to be visible outside the organization. How many of you are interested to hear about that? Yes? All right. So my name is Johncey George, and I am a leadership coach. I was in the corporate world for 23 years. I was a chief operating officer of a company called Skelta. It was a business process management software company. I was later heading the software delivery center for a London-based company called Invensys in Bangalore. And post that, I was heading the global program project management division for Schneider Electric Digital. Over the last 7 years, I am fully focused on leadership coaching for organizations. I do leadership development programs, and I'm also India's first and only leadership coach for introverts. So I focus on helping introverted professionals develop the communication, public speaking, and leadership skills and help them fast-track their journey to senior leadership roles. So if you look at this statement, in cybersecurity, invisibility is a superpower, yes? But in leadership, it is a career killer. If you are invisible, that means your career is not going to take off. So let's understand what we can do to make sure that you are not invisible in the organization. Do you want to hear about that? Yes? Yes. Okay. Can you just turn to your partner and say, I want to learn? Turn to your partner and say, I want to learn. All right. Brilliant. Okay. Now, by the way, I have some small gifts over here for active participants, for sure. For sure, okay? A few gifts over here for active participants. So what is executive presence? Have you heard the word executive presence? Yes? It's also called leadership presence. It's the ability to project confidence, clarity, and credibility. I repeat, is the ability to project confidence, clarity, and credibility so that people trust you, they listen to you, and they follow your lead. I want you to absorb that a little bit. Can you just read that in your mind and just absorb that a little bit? The ability to project confidence, clarity, and credibility so that people do what? People trust you, listen to you, and follow your lead. Okay? Let's see how we can develop that. And for that, I'm going to introduce you to a simple framework. You are all cybersecurity experts. By the way, I'm a software engineer too. You are all cybersecurity experts. So you like frameworks, yes or no? Yes. Yeah, frameworks, framework people. So I'm going to share with you a framework called VIP framework. What's the framework? VIP. So the VIP framework is, V stands for? I stands for? Influence. And P stands for? Poise. So I'm going to explain that to you. Can you all shout out VIP? VIP. All right. So let's start with V. V is about what you say and also how you say it. Okay? And if you look at VIP, today we have a lot of information out there in the world today. Then we need to make sure that there is clarity in what you say. There should be what? Clarity in what you say. Second, it should be concise. See, we are living in a world of this. What is this? Scroll, right? And how much time do even marketers get for attention? Few seconds. How many seconds would your CEO give to you to listen to your challenges? Fraction. So in this world, we have very limited time. So they don't have the time to listen to a whole lot of stories that we should be able to concisely say that. And the last thing we say is confidence. And as a coach, I was trying to understand and trying to introspect. How does one get confidence? Okay, that side you can hear me, right? Over there, yes, all right, brilliant. That side also, because the lights are over there, all right, brilliant. So, if you look at the word confidence, the first part comes from knowledge. Knowledge. The second part of confidence in any area, if you look at it, it comes from either your experience of the past. If you don't have that past experience, it should be some practice which you do based on whatever you have learned. I'll tell you, public speaking, right? If you do not know the subject, you cannot come and speak. Yes or no? Yes. Right? Now, if you know the subject, you still need to know how to express that. Yes or no? Yes. So that the audience get what we are saying, right? So, for you to get confidence to be on stage, you should have what? The knowledge and also the process of how to explain it. Okay? So, even in your world, in your cybersecurity world, when you're talking about, you should absolutely have the knowledge, but you should learn how to communicate that to your senior leadership. It's very important. And that's where clarity is important, being concise is important, and confidence is important. Let us see this in action. I need 2 volunteers. Who would like to come forward? 2. Yes, sir. Please come. Yes. Over there. Pink. Yes. Please come forward. Can I also have a mic, please? 1 microphone. Yeah. Okay. So, I have something I would like you to read. You just need to read from here. Okay. This is the version 1. I'll ask them to get the mic first. This is version 2. Just keep it handy. I'll tell you. Okay. So, you hear to the version 1, all right? So, go ahead.
Based on our latest vulnerability assessment, we identified multiple instances of unpatched CVEs in third-party libraries used within our customer-facing applications. These could potentially allow privilege escalations through SQL injection vectors, leading to unauthorized access of P2 data. Additionally, our IDS flagged anomalies, lateral movement patterns that suggest possible reconnaissance activity by a state-sponsored APT group. Unless we upgrade our WAF signature and patch dependencies in the CI/CD pipeline, there is a risk of zero-day exploitation.
What did you understand? Yeah, but I know probably some of you would have got what he said, right? But can we have a round of applause for him first of all? Yes, thank you. Please be there, right? Now you're saying this to your CEO of the organization. I don't know what the person is going to understand. Can we have the version 2, please? Okay, first of all, let's have a round of applause for him also. Yes, yeah.
Based on our latest vulnerability assessment, we are at very high risk. What this really means is, if this vulnerability is not fixed, attackers could steal our customers' personal data. That could result in 100 crores in penalties, loss of customer trust, and serious damage to our brand reputation.
Was that good? Yes? Will that get the attention of your CEO? Yes or no? Yes. Was that, there was clarity? Yes. Was it concise? Okay, confidence, I'll give it to him because we gave the confidence. All right, because you also have the data wizard. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for them? Just please be there. Please be there. And a small gift from my side for this. For you. Thank you so much. Yeah, please be seated. So, it's, we can make these complicated things simple for our CXOs. Do you all agree with that? Yes? Yes. All right. Let's move on. Now, voice also doesn't mean that you need to be extremely loud. Okay? And this is something which I tell my introverted coaches. You don't need to be loud. You just need to make sure that you are saying something which is important and something which the other person can understand and other person can implement. Simple. Okay, you don't need to talk a lot. You just need to speak the right words, the right choice of words at the right time. Is that something we can do? Yes? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. So this was voice. Now let's go into the next in the framework. What is the next one? Influence. So influence is about the ability to shape decisions, perceptions, and outcomes. Can you all read that loud? The ability to? Okay? So let's look at how we can develop that influence. When you take up a new role in the organization, you probably would think that, okay, I've got the new role. I'm going to change everything in the company now. I'm going to implement it right away and impress everyone. We have that urge, yes or no? We have all done that. Okay, I have also done that. We have all done that. How many of you agree with me that there would be processes in the organization, but you can get things done in organization with the help of relationships? How many of you agree with me on that? Yes? Building relationships is key to get things done in organization and get to have influence created in organization. So the first thing I would encourage you to do if you want to do a change management in the organization, build what? Okay, point to the next person sitting next to you and say, I want you to build relationships. Point to each other and say, I want you to build relationships. All right? He's telling his wife, better build relationships. Yeah, all right. The next important part I want you to understand is people like to work with people they like. I repeat, people like to work with people they like. I normally give this simple examples in my session. You know, we have people working at our home. They would be doing amazing work. But let's say we don't like that person for some reason. The next day you'll say, I'm going to fire that person. Yes or no? Yes. It happens, right? Look at it. You know, our bosses, why would they want to work with us if they don't like us? Why would somebody in the organization want to work with us if they don't like us? So building relationship is key. And sometimes, you know, when you try to build all these relationships, when you try to, you know, be liked by somebody else, others will say, you know, the person is buttering. Yes or no? We hear that. But please understand that building relationships in organization is key for getting things done and for these influence to happen. Second, build allies for strategic buy-in. We all know that there would be positive stakeholders, negative stakeholders, and neutral stakeholders for anything. Yes or no? Yes. Some people will agree to you. Some people will disagree to you. Some people say, let it happen, whatever. Okay, I don't care. Yes or no? Yeah. So you have to make sure that you are getting the positive people talk more. You need to make sure that you work one-on-one. Work what? One-on-one with the negative stakeholders and get them on your side. Address their concerns. Address their concerns. And there are neutral stakeholders who are there in organization. Make sure that their needs are also taken care. So always look at what do those stakeholders want from this. Is that clear? Yeah? So build allies and get that strategic buy-in for the change you want. When you want to get that influential decision to be made, do that. And the third thing is about reframing. What's it? Here, what I'm talking about is, change the words. I've given a small example over here. The choice of words which you use, how can you frame it in a different way to the right stakeholders? Okay? Let me give an example. Here is a statement you can make. What's the statement? We have 12 vulnerabilities in our system. Okay? How can you possibly reframe this? If we fix this now, we save 20 crores in potential penalties and protect our brand's reputation. Is this going to have some impact on your CEO? Yes or no? It will have some impact on your CXO, other CXOs? Absolutely yes. Let's take one more example. This new tool will cost 50 lakhs. Have you all heard this? Yeah? 50 lakhs new tool. And what will be the first response to that? No. Yeah. What? No. How about we reframe that to something like this? This 50 lakh investment prevent downtime that could cost us 5 crores in a single incident. Would that catch the attention? Oh, yes. Can you tell me more about it? Yes or no? Yes. All right. So, as cybersecurity leaders, AI leaders, who are driving these changes in organization, these reframing and talking to the right stakeholders using the right choice of words is important. Do you agree with me on that? All right. So, just to conclude on that part, the ability to shape decisions, perceptions, and outcome. The first is what? Building relationships. Second is what? Build allies. And third is what? Reframe it to make sure that they see the benefit from their point of view, not my point of view. Not what I want, but what they want. Right? Now, I want to do an activity with you now. This activity is something which you are going to do with your partners. I want you to think of one change or one new thing which you are going to introduce in your organization. I want you to visualize what is in it for one of the stakeholders and how are you going to reframe the words. Clear? Listen to me once again. What is one new initiative you are going to do? And you are targeting one particular stakeholder. What is in it for that stakeholder? And how are you going to reframe the word? This is the activity you want to do. What I want you to do, you find a partner sitting next to each other. And for the next 2 minutes, one person will talk. And the next 2 minutes, the other person will talk. Okay? I'm going to say start. The first person will talk to the other person. You find a partner? Can you all find a partner sitting next to each other? Okay? One partner? All right? One partner? Yes? Over there? Yes? All right. The first person goes now. Your time starts now. Please join me. Are you all discussing?
What are we supposed to discuss? Just that statement.
How can you reframe something for the benefit of a stakeholder? What is in it for them? What is in it for them? What is in it for them?
What is in it for them?
Them. What is in it for them? Okay. All right. Can we all stop? Stop. Okay. Just thank your partner and say thank you, first of all. Okay. Who would like to share one example of what you just discussed? One example. Yes, sir. Please come forward. Please come forward, or I'll give it to you.
So he's from Shell. I'll get your name, please. Money. He was sharing something. He was more sharing what the context. Sure. But we were looking to get the reframing part of it. Then we explained the reframing part of it. Like into a new team. For my reframing, I was explaining. A new team is going to start report to me. Their previous manager was very challenging and other things like that. Now, if I go, they'll be thinking the same way. So I should first listen, okay, and make them all drain, and I will not have anything. Whatever I want to frame, I'll reframe in such a way that they can listen, not what I want to say, what they want to listen. That was my response. And from that, he understood, and he was also reframing what he wanted to do. That was the conversation we both had, and by the time the third person, you signaled it.
It's signaled. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for him? Once again. Okay, who else would like to share? One more share, ma'am. Somebody else over there also raised? Yeah, I'll come to you. Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, I'll come to you, ma'am. Okay. So, for you.
Okay. The first one is building the relations. First of all, as a unknown person, because it's a conference, if I know the person is okay. So, how can I build a relationship with? First, I should understand if it's a problem statement. Sure. Right? Then, what he was asked about, his issue was, anyway, we're all coming with the cyber security background, is a zero trust. He's asking about zero trust, how can I build? So, what I said, so based on this, end application, right? Whether it's a fintech is a one. So, we might having their own tools, okay? So, when I say zero trust, we can't trust anything. So, we have to see that what is the existing tools and what is the controls. So based on the controls, we can refresh the zero trust, whatever we have. Okay. So we also can understand, okay, then if I refresh that, so building the relationship is over. If you can understand first, okay, I am listening, you can understand. Then I given my statement, okay, building aliens and make it about them, not for me. Correct. So if I explain that, is also okay. Now, if I reframe that, means I don't know what is his ROI now at the moment. So if we might realize later, that way if I first believe the first point. It's everything is, underline.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause for him?
Thank you.
And here you go, something from my side. For you, ma'am.
So we were discussing.
Okay, be visible.
Yes, very much. Thank you so much. So we were just discussing the key stakeholder is Department Head of Cybersecurity, and we were addressing a problem of vulnerability remediation, so which is taking a lot of manual effort. Automated vulnerability remediation is one benefit that I was speaking about. So which takes from 6 hours to 60 minutes. Okay. Having the benefit of this tool deployed, we can do it in the tool or sandboxing environment in the low risk areas, so which has the cost savings as well. So $5 million.
How much?
Yes.
Brilliant.
So that was the benefit that I was explaining. And $5 million, and it could critically save the cost as well as the human manual effort as well. So that's the benefit I was speaking about. On the other side, from my friend who is Kavita Nagendra Shetty from Netradyne. So she was explaining about the manual effort that is taking on extracting all the work that is done by the first line, second line, or third line, starting from the tools that is implemented, process, controls, risk, and the GRC. So it's more of like an automated tool. So she was just getting into the benefits and things, and that time you have
That time
signal.
I stopped.
Yes.
Okay. But
so
you got the idea?
Yes.
Can we have a round of applause for him? Thank you. This is from my side. Okay. All right. Let's move forward to the next part of it. Do you remember what was the third one? VIP, the P? Poise. Brilliant. Wow. You all have, you know what it is. Poise. It's about how you carry yourself under pressure. The poise is in your body language, the attire, and how you are calm under pressure. I don't think any of you are under pressure, are you? Yeah. You know, I remember when I was working in, when a delivery, it has to be deployed. Oh my God, the pressure on that particular day. Do you still have that pressure, or you're all okay? No, you're okay, huh? All right. So, body language constitutes to over 55% of influential communication skill. What percentage? 55%. The tone of voice contributes to what percentage? 38%. And the actual words for influential is just 7%. That's what the research says. For example, if I were to say the statement, for influential communication skill, body language constitutes to 55%. The tone of voice contributes to 38%, and 7%, it is all about the voice. How would you feel like this? In 10 minutes, you will all go to sleep. Yes or no? Yeah. Yeah? She's saying, yeah, I'm already sleeping. Yeah, that's what she's saying. Yeah. Yeah? So, remember this. The body language, what you use in your meetings, the posture in your meetings, it all matters, right? There is invisible signal that will be sent to the other person, and I will talk a little bit about that as we move forward. Hand gestures is very important in body language. For example, if I say something like this, it is more about please. If I turn my hand around, what happens? Yeah, stop. You feel a little bit of being insulted by the other person. If I say like this, right? Yeah, right? Where I say like this, it's different. Hand gestures also play a major role. There are many aspects of it, but I want you to be aware of that. Second is eye contact. You know, I remember there was one of the people, I'll just not say, one of the people who, you know, we go in for a meeting, we walk into the room, the person is like this. What do you feel about that? Disconnected, absolutely disconnected. And if you're doing with your team member, what do they feel? They will feel disconnected, right? If you want to have that influential communication with someone, we need to have a strong eye contact with the other person. What I want you to do right now is turn to the partner sitting next to you and look into the eyes and say, eye contact is important. Turn and say. Look into their eyes and say. All right. Thank you. Moving forward. Again, for influential communication skill, dress to the occasion. Dress to the occasion. See, let us say you're all senior leaders. If somebody is coming for an interview, shabbily dressed, what is the first impression comes to your mind? You already have a little bit of negative impression of that person. Yes or no? I also say, that person will need to do something brilliantly well for you to have that confidence in that person. Yes or no? Right? On the other hand, if you are dressed well for that interview, walk in with confidence, you have to do something really stupid for the interviewer to, reject you. Do you agree with what I'm trying to say? Yes? So, dressing is important. Dress to the occasion. Also, when you dress sharply, the research also says that there is an inner confidence that gets built within you. So, for influential communication, dressing sharply is also important. Okay? They say, don't judge the book by the cover, but we all know that we judge the book by the cover. Okay? So, that impression is important. Until you read it. Absolutely. That's why you have to read the entire book, right? But first, you have to buy the book, to read. So, for that executive presence, become that VIP in the room. I'm going to read out this statement. Executive presence is about tuning your voice, building your influence, and carrying yourself with poise. And that's when you become the VIP in the room. Now, being VIP in the room may not alone make you influential. And that's where personal branding comes into picture. How many of you have heard about this statement, personal branding? Yes? Is personal branding important? Yes. See, I say this. You know, how many of you use Apple? We all know Apple, yeah? We all know it's a premium product, yes or no? Yeah. We all know. How many millions do they still spend on branding and marketing? They want to ensure that we are on top of their mind, yes or no? Yes. Absolutely, right? If Apple is spending so much money on branding, marketing, to make sure that their product is top of our mind, then we need to ensure that we need to brand ourselves to make sure that others think about us. Personal branding is absolutely critical for you to be in other people's mind and for growing in the organization also. Right? Now, a lot of people say personal branding is bragging. Personal branding is not bragging. Bragging is when somebody says, all about me. Me, myself, 5 minutes left, I know, thank you. Yes, me, myself, I am the best. You know, where personal branding is this. And I'm going to read this statement. It is an intentional process. What process? Intentional process of creating and managing a distinctive image and reputation for oneself. It is an intentional process. It is not about telling about ourselves, but it is a process. Now, I'm going to give you 5 important steps to build your personal brand. Would you like to hear that? Yes? Yes. All right. The first one is defining your leadership message. That means, what do you stand for? What is that uniqueness about you? What about you should others know you for? What should they discuss when you are not there? Okay? So if you want to be that trusted advisor, when you are not in the room, others should be telling you that. So in your conversations, you can say something like this. In your team meetings, for example, you can say, team, our team should be a trusted advisor for the organization. I truly believe that being the trusted advisor is important for the organization. And personally, being the trusted advisor is so critical for me. And you make these kind of statements. And is that bragging? No, right? When you make this statement again and again and again in various different contexts, now when other people, when they think about you, they will think of you as a trusted advisor for the organization. So carry that personal message. What is that personal message you need? Second, simplify complex ideas. In today's world, people want simplified solution for complex issues. So be that person who people can come to you for getting that simple solution. Third, share knowledge publicly. Write posts and articles, speak at forums, mentor juniors. These are important for you to build that credibility. And today we have amazing platforms out there to write what you want to share. Now, LinkedIn is an amazing platform, yes or no? Please make use of LinkedIn. LinkedIn is absolutely brilliant and very important tool. Make use of that. Build strategic relationships. When you are in these kind of networking forums, see how you can build strategic relationships. Prem, we spoke about that, right? How we can build relationships when you came over there, right? How do you collaborate with somebody else? That is important. Look at every opportunity, be it with other department in your company. How can you build that strategic relationship so that they like you and they want to collaborate with you and work with you? And last but not the least, it's about living your values. Reputation is built when actions consistently match words. And something which you do against that can kill your reputation. So living your values is also important. So what's the first one? your unique leadership message. Second, simplify complex issues so that others see you as a problem solver. Third, share knowledge publicly. Fourth, build strategic relationships. And fifth, live your values. Now, the problem with personal branding is this. If we don't create a personal brand for ourselves, others will create our brand based on their perception. I repeat the statement. Think deeply. If we don't create a personal brand for ourselves, others will create a brand based on their perception, and we don't want that. We don't know what others will be saying about us. So you make sure that you amplify it. That is important. Okay? So how many minutes? 2 more minutes? Yeah. Very quickly, 1 minute. Can you turn to your partner once again and say, out of all this what I just said, what is that one thing that you will do to improve your personal brand? One thing you do. Turn to your partner very quickly. One thing that you will do to improve your personal brand. Look at all the things which are there. And I have 3 more gifts with me. Who wants to share? Some new person. Middle. Yeah, you. Okay. Once again. So what is that one thing you will do? There. Over there. Okay, you also say. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Stand.
So, myself, Bhavani Chatterjee from Capgemini. So, I want to have a message for the community helper.
Community helper.
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. Can we have a round of applause for him? And here you go. Yes. Over there. This, on that table middle, your table middle. Yes.
My name is Narendra. I work for Eurofins. The step that I feel like it's a very important for me is live up to your values. It's basically you prove what you commit is what you deliver. That's earn respect and reputation over you.
Brilliant. Can we have a round of applause for him? And here one, and I saw him over there. And this is the last one I have. Okay. Yes.
So I think most important is whatever that you are gaining, your knowledge, your learning, you should share it publicly. That will give more value to what you are learning day by day and helps to build more strategic relationship as you move forward.
All right, can we have a round of applause for him? Thank you so much for that. So, you want more gift? There is one more thing you can do. You can come to my stall over there. You participate in that survey. You can win a Bose speaker. So this is the last statement, by the way. Executive presence. Can you all read this out? Executive presence makes you visible in the room. Personal branding keeps you influential outside the room. And together, they make sure you are never invisible again. Thank you so much. Okay, you want to click the picture? You can click that picture. Okay. You want to click the picture, post it on LinkedIn, tag me. I'll be very happy. Okay? Great branding for me also. You can click that. The next one. This one. All right. Okay. Can I get a round of applause? Yeah? All right. Thank you so much. I would love to interact with you at my stall. Thank you so much. And back to the team over here.
All right. After seeing the energy in the audience, I could already understand it was a fun session for all of you, right? Okay, moving on next. So next we have a book release by Santosh Tripathi, Director of Cybersecurity and Compliance at Versac. This year, we are not only exploring edge-cutting ideas and solutions, we are also celebrating a special moment, which is a launch of a brand new book. I would request Santosh to please share a few words with us.
Should I use this? Hey, hi everyone. Very good evening. First and foremost, thank you so much, Shivangi. Thank you so much, CSA team. Thank you so much, Satya, Pooja, Seema, all of you volunteers. So big round of applause for all of us. Now, first and foremost, the question that came in my mind, or probably you will be thinking, why this book? I love sharing information, and till to date, I have conducted around 28 plus events, conducting those awareness sections at various universities. And one thing that I have identified, those students who are going to become our future warriors, probably they are looking for a platform where they can learn a lot of systems, items in a series, and they can make themselves ready for the future. And that time I have identified, should I or shouldn't I? Luckily, I got approached by BBB for writing a book. And finally, I ended up coming with a book called Mastering Cybersecurity Defense. This is my first book. I'm also authoring another book with Fish Firewall CEO, associated with PACT at US. Probably it will get released in the month of February next year. But this book has been written with a lot of ideas, a lot of humanity, a lot of recommendation that I have made to myself. And this book is in series. You will not get something which has come before, that should come after. So the moment we started our journey as a cybersecurity, from I love you to ransomware attack, it is all in series. So please go through it. It has a lot of information, starting with cybersecurity, how cybersecurity started, how threats have come into picture, how threat landscape has increased from data security, network security, cloud security, everything that has security inside it, including GRC. Moreover, I have made sure I should also be including the current trends that includes our IoT, OT, agentic AI, quantum, everything that has come to my mind. I have been questioned. I was answering in the session. People were curious about. I tried to include all those information into this book. I was into Parallel University last week. I'm happy to update. I conducted the session, and 78 books got sold out within 15 minutes. After that, I'm here right now in front of you. I have planned to go for 20 more institutes by the end of December. That's the plan I have, thanks to my own organization who is supporting me to go and brand my own books. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you so much to Satya, Pooja, everyone. May I request Dr. Ram sir to come on stage? Dr. Ram sir, if he's here. So Dr. Ram sir, why I'm asking this gentleman to come? The moment this COVID got over, I was having no one who could guide me. I reached out to this gentleman, and from that moment onwards, he's my mentor, he's my guardian, he's my elder brother. Thank you, Dr. Ram sir. Please allow me to hand over my book to Dr. Ram sir. Now, security is all about networking, I believe so. I do have two great friends who have supported me from day one. I believe the place where I am right now, I wouldn't be here until the support of Anil and Gaurav. Gaurav, please. Anil, please. These are I love them a lot. I love them a lot. Please.
Hope that inspired some of you to write books and research. Yes? How many of you are inspired? Work with us on the research first, and book also we'll release here. Thank you.
And the first page should be dedicated to Saib. Thank you. I would request Johncey to come on the stage for felicitation. And Satya, may I please have you on the stage also? Can you have a big round of applause? That was a wonderful session by Johncey. I think, yeah, everyone agrees on that. And don't forget to tag him on LinkedIn.
If you like the session, we have a program available called CXO Readiness, Engineer to Executive, run by the same coach. Along with us, few of the CXOs are working with him to build that. A story which actually goes for 10 weeks of a program during the working Friday afternoon 2 hours.